we're having a problem with our breakers. I think a lot of it has to do with either bad wiring or faulty old breakers. So I purchased replacement breakers. I'm using the dual function AFCI, GFCI breakers. I'm going to replace everything. So the 15 amp circuits that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to replace all 8 of these with 15 amp dual function AFCIs. And I'm going to replace the 20 amps that service the bathroom and kitchen with the dual function AFCI. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the GFIs that are installed, they're faulty. They're not working properly. It could be because of a bad ground, so that's something else that I have to check. But I definitely want this type of breaker here. I want the protection at this point so that everything along that circuit is protected. So I'm going to turn off all the breakers, and I'm going to turn off the master switch so that there is no power to this panel at all. The only power will be at these 2 lugs for the service side. Reason why I'm doing that is so that if I accidentally touch something, I don't have to worry about getting zapped. And it's going to allow me to pull out all this wiring and access these 2 bars here. So I'm going to turn off all the breakers. And then I'll turn off the main. So my main concern is these 15 amp breakers. So I'm going to begin taking these apart. So all 15 amps will come apart. I have to find the associated neutral with that because they have to be paired up. Wires towards the front that I'm going to wire up. So now I have to find the corresponding neutral for each one, which is going to be a load of fun. Load of fun, pun intended. Tracing this wire. Wow, this is just a lot of fun. When you connect these breakers, you have the neutral that goes into the neutral bar, and then the neutral that's going to the load, that has to be tied into this. Alright, so he's plugged in now, in the off position. I have to wire up the neutral. Push him all the way to the back. And I will install him on the neutral bar. And another point far away from all these other guys. Loose. And now somehow I have to have X-ray vision to see through this metal to see where to plug it into. Nope, that was not it. I must have been behind it. Oh, this is so much fun. Yep, this is the one. So I feel the wire moving as I tighten that down. Okay, I got him good and tight. I'm going to push him all the way in the back to get him out of the way. Because I don't want any more wires in my way as I'm trying to figure out what wire is what. Okay, so they give you wiring instructions. And D is neutral, and that makes sense because it's right above where the neutral wire is. So E is the hot. Just verify. Low power, E is hot. Okay. So I'm going to shorten this wire a little bit. Doesn't need to be that long to go into that. Get rid of some of the oxidation on here. Installed here. That way. Okay, so we're good there. Let's do the same thing for the hut. Bring it back up. Cut off some of this excess. Freshen up the wire a little bit. I'll bend it so that when I land the wire it looks nice. One breaker complete. Okay, we'll pop out this one next. Okay, so this is really overkill what I'm doing because I'm putting AFCI and GFCI combinations in every room. But for the extra $5 to step up to GFI. In my opinion, it's worth it. Spill water on the floor and you have something plugged in, as long as it's a grounded plug, it'll trip. So just bend the wire, put the breaker into place. Now, installation of the breaker, I will show you that. So there's this little tab at the bottom here that connects to that, and then inside here that goes into that metal right there. So I'm going to put it in at an angle and push it into place. So I have two breakers that will not go on. That breaker will not, this top breaker will not go on, and this fourth breaker will not go on. I do not know what they supply. So right now I'll turn on these other breakers. So I can find out what is not working. So there's something wrong on this line for sure. And there's something wrong with this guy. Arc fault and ground fault.